welcome back to my channel. It's A Teacher's Life by Sarah O. This video is going to be a classroom tour video. I'm going to apologize in advance because I meant to put this video up last week before our school started. But as you guys know, that week before kids come in, it's so crazy and hectic. And it was really just coming down to the wire, and I didn't get a lot of time. And I'm really sorry because I'm really hot and sweaty. So finally, we're a few days into the school year, and I'm going to show you around the room. I have some downtime, and I'm really excited to show you. I wanted to do a Harry Potter theme this year, and I had every intention, and I did start. But then I was like, going to Target every day, going to the teacher spot, and before you know it, I was doing a Target themed classroom. So almost everything that you see is going to be from Target. There are a few things that I purchased from Walmart, and I'm trying to remember the other store. I can't remember, but most of it is going to be from Target. And a lot of the ideas I borrowed from many amazing teachers here on YouTube, the Lettered Classroom. And Instagram, Miss Fifth has wonderful ideas. Go check them out. I'll leave links down below. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so to start us off at the main entrance, I haven't really found a good spot for my Chromebook cart yet, but right now it's hanging around here. This is pretty messy, but I have new washi tapes. I'm going to be relabeling everything and personalizing those Chromebook with my last name and numbers. This is a student computer desktop actually, and this is just for students who might need like basic fact practice. There's a program that you can only use on a desktop. So that's going to be there. These are cute posters from I don't know where she got it from, but one of my colleagues made these for us. And this is to help our students learn how to answer test questions or any question really. I really love it, so I just put it there. I'm going to be using that a lot this year. Up there I have our key messages for students. This down here is my rotation board. So I'm not going to go too much into detail about this because one of my colleagues filmed a video on this, and I'm going to be posting it with this video, so that'll come toward the end. But this is the math section, and that's the reading section right over there. This is going to be one of like the workstation tables, or just like a spare table that I have if I need to, like, you know, move kids around. These are some activities. These are going to be for our early finishers, things that they can do. So this I got from Miss Fifth on Instagram. Keep the quote. I can't wait to get that started. So make sure you look her up and her fabulous idea so that you can know how to use it and how it works. Right now I just have a welcome message. If you guys have seen my classroom tour for summer school, you'll know that I am really big on flowcharts and visuals for my students. This year I'm doing a dismissal routine flowchart. I have a morning routine, and so far it's working out. You know, it's quiet in here, it's relaxed. I have two charts. One is my all hands on deck chart that I use. Those are my classroom jobs. And this is our character counts behavior management chart. This is the class bulletin board. So this is kind of where I keep any important notices, not just for myself, but also for my students. If you notice anything like pages that look kind of funny, I'm blocking out important like information like school name, county name, and all that. This is the daily schedule. I have to pencil in, or with the chalk marker I have to write in the specials, but that's why I left that blank space there. This, I'm thinking about using, I'm talking about this guy right here. I'm thinking about using for items that need to be copied per subject. I haven't really decided what I'm going to use it there. What I'm going to use it for, I've had it there for 1 year already, so we'll see. I'll think of something. This is the calendar, and the dates are really wrong. This is the September month dates. This is my teacher desk, and yeah, if you notice, I have my coffee. I've had that since the morning. I'm not that big of a coffee person. So I'll take a few sips and that's all I'll need. And then they didn't have a tall size cup, so I got a grande cup. So I feel really bad because I'm just gonna have to waste all that. But anyway, that's my my teacher desk. And that little corner over there, remember, I don't know if you guys have seen the video of how to prepare for setting up your classroom. This is that little Karopi box. That's my volunteer box, and that's where, you know, my volunteer will find anything that they need to help me out. And then I have an extra pair of sandals just in case I'm wearing heels or something that's uncomfortable and I need to change. This is going to be my coupon folder, emergency folder there. This is where the students will turn in their work. This is, oh, I love these drawers. So I came in over the summer to organize them. It took a lot of work. It looks really, you know, simple, but this just used to be a really big mess before all this happened. So yeah, everything was just scattered everywhere. There was no rhyme or reason to anything being anywhere. And then those are just some accordion folders. This area is one of my new favorite areas. This idea I got from my ESOL teacher here at the school, and this is kind of like an upgraded version of the issue bin, because now you can insert issues and you can also insert compliments as well. And then here's the little sticky pad that the kids will use to write their notes. This has my former last name, so I need to change that. But this is a hermit crab cage, and I used to have hermit crabs, and I kept this. I ended up spray painting the lid, and this is where students submit their terrific tickets, which is a school-wide incentive that we have. And then down below, this is my general area up here. So these are all the binders I use, like my professional learning binder, my data binder, and just other things that I use. This bucket is stuff that I have to work on, like centers that I want to set up. And these are like my professional books. I like to show my students the books that I'm reading, and so I'm starting a collection right here in this corner. Down below are the dictionaries. This is my math workstation area. So those top 3 buckets will be for math workstations. The ones down below, I still haven't figured out what I want to use them for, but you know, they're there. So whatever I need, I will. Oh, you know what? I may put headphones and stuff in there. So this is my welcome center. So when students come in the morning, there will be a flow chart, and it'll direct them to the welcome center. And this is where they'll get to order lunch. Well, now I have to order lunch for them. Now I'm going to have to order lunch for them, so it's probably going to work a little differently. Those little lights actually light up, and everything here was most likely purchased from Target. So this little board will hold the lunch menu, and then they have breakfast at this school. So if they have breakfast, they have to put their student card in the yes bucket, and if they didn't, they have to put it in the no bucket. I have to straighten that up. But everything here is stuck. So if a kid were to like bump into the table, nothing's gonna fall. I use like this adhesive, industrial adhesive tape to make sure nothing falls. So that's all secured. Up here I have these cute banners, and I got the stickers from Michael's, and I ended up putting them on. So it says 3rd grade, you rock. And then over here by the window, I'm sorry, there's some people coming, so they might think I'm a little weird. I'm try not to record them. Okay, so this is a light box that I purchased from Michael's, the one right here. So I wrote welcome 2016-2017 on what do you call it, on transparency paper. I have, these are real flowers, fresh from Trader Joe's. Guys, I love Trader Joe's. You guys need to go there. Their flowers are so cute. This is a classroom marble jar. That's a classroom incentive. Here's a closer look at my breakfast / lunch area. Okay, and in this area, this is where students will keep sharp, this is where I will keep sharp pencils, where students will put dull pencils so that we don't have to sharpen throughout the day. This is something new. This is my sharpener area. Whoops, here it is. So this is where students sharpen pencils in the morning only. This little nook over here, this is my other teacher nook / guided instruction area. And in those bins back there, I keep my resources. I keep the work that students will be doing. I keep my data binders. Yes, I have like 3 different data binders. I can explain that in a whole nother video, but this is where I keep those buckets back there. I will keep my books once guided lessons start. And then back here, I have like another little compartment area where I keep resources for kids. I'll keep index cards. That pink caddy is mine. So those are all the resources. Those are all the materials that I might use in the back area over here. And behind these chairs, I have these cute seat covers that a former colleague of mine made for me. And inside of these seat covers, I have a folder with grid paper. I have a whiteboard, and I have these little boxes here. I'm going to set this down. So these boxes have everything a student might need. So there is a pair of scissors, highlighter, pencil, expo marker, glue stick, and dry eraser. And this is so if the kids come to the back table and prepared, they lose their journal, or let's say they left their pencil at their desk, no big deal. Just reach behind you and you'll have something so we can get started immediately. This is my whiteboard area, my little easel that my sister gave me. Up here, this is where I'll have my current vocabulary words, and I will also put anchor charts up there. My reading comprehension strategy posters. I used to have these really cute ones from Teachers Pay Teachers, but the whole school's required to use the same ones, and they passed these out. So that's what I have up there. This is my Unifying Question area. Up here, every week we have a new Unifying Question. These are some of the objectives I'm covering starting next week. So I have to add one for writing, but I'll get to that in a little bit. This is how table team points are going so far. Pink is in the lead. And then this is my student board area. So I'll write messages up here, and they can, answer on this side of the board with their personal marker. These little benches, my dad made for me. He passed away a few months ago, so these are very special to me. I had every intention of asking him to paint them, but it obviously, it didn't happen. And so now I'm like, those are not going to get touched. That's how he gave them to me. That's how they're going to stay. So I just need to kind of wipe off the bench because it is a little dirty. So, but those are going to stay there and just the way they are. I think so the big white bench I've had since my second year of teaching, and this little bench I got 2 years ago. So they're very special to me. This beautiful carpet, my colleague, whoops, I keep bumping into chairs. This carpet my colleague gave to me, and I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago, and she gave it to me at a discounted price. It didn't fit in her classroom, and so she was selling it, and I bought it from her, and I love it. I feel like this is another like focal point in the room. And then I upgraded. I want to consider it an upgrade. I have this broken rocking chair, and I ended up getting this really comfy seat from Walmart. This whiteboard here, so this is where I initially put my Olympic themed board, but now that board is outside of my classroom, which made more sense. But on this board right now, I have an All About Me that I worked on. This is the All About Me packet, is something that I gave to my students on the first day of school, and we've been working on it throughout the whole week. And I thought I should make one for them so they can get to know me. And so on this board, once that stuff comes down, I'm gonna put growth mindset posters up here. This is where review vocabulary words will go up for reading and math. And then I have more space for student work or anchor charts. So this is my classroom library, and I love it. So these buckets used to be red, blue, and yellow, and now they're pink, green, and purple, and I love these. I'm so thankful that my husband was willing and able to spray paint these for me, and I think he did a wonderful job. And then I have some more books up here. Let's see what else. Those are all journals that I have to give away. Each student will be getting a journal, so I'm going to be giving those away, so that will go away pretty soon. This is my Manipulatives area back here. Those 3 bins, I'm not sure what I'm going to use them for, but I'll figure it out. These caddies, I used to have them on top of their desks, but after the first day, I was like, big mistake. I generally have them on top of student desks, but this group of kids can't keep their hands, like they have to keep their hands busy. So I had to just take them off of the desks. And that's okay because I have space, so you know, no big deal. I just kind of remove the distraction from them. And let's see what, okay. And let's see. I can give you a closer look. So these I purchased from the dollar store, and they had blue lids. This was also spray painted, and inside they have the markers because you know those big boxes, I used to have the big boxes in there, and those boxes just tear and the markers or the crayons end up everywhere. Not this year. This board I absolutely love. I purchased this at Ross. It was back in March. And I didn't know what I was going to use it for. I thought I was going to have it in my home. And then I was like, what is it going to do over there? I'm not going to do anything. And so I had this for open house. Let me show you. You can tell I have some busybodies here because someone ran their finger through the hot air balloon. This idea I got from the lettered classroom for her open house. She had this message on a whiteboard, and I thought it was so cute, so I had to borrow the idea, and I used chalk markers on this black easel board. And I really love it, so I just need to wipe it down. Like, you can easily wipe it down with a damp cloth and the marker comes right off. So that's going to be right there. This is my sink area, and these are our 6 pillars of character that the whole school goes by. This is where students keep their lunches. These are just extras of the journals that I showed you in the cubby area. Aldi came in here. She saw what I had before and she thought it was nice, but I hated it. And I was like, I can't do this. This doesn't go with my room. And she gave me this wonderful idea of just putting the string up and hanging work from there. So I brought it to life, and here it is. I love this. I got the wow work, the hashtag wow work, from Instagram, and one of my colleagues in the school is also doing it too. So I had these extra banners, I had the chalk markers, I just put it up, and then the amazing work coming soon, I got that from Teachers Pay Teachers from Teaching in Heels. So go check that out, and then yeah, there it is. This is our science bin, and this is our bathroom sign in, sign out, which we have to do this year. So that's going to stay right up there. And I think that's pretty much it. I really apologize if there were any like messy desks. I haven't talked to the students about desk organization yet. I have 5 pods of student desks, and I had to get these straightened up. I didn't do such a good job, but yeah, these kids move around a lot, so that this is not what it looked like before I started recording. Okay guys, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video and for taking this tour of my classroom. I worked really hard on it and I'm so proud of it, and so far my kids love it. My kids from last year came in and they're like, why didn't you do this for us last year? That just goes to show you that revamping things does make a difference. So if you're looking into changing your classroom, go for it. You know, there are a lot of wonderful ideas out there on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Hi.
Hi.
So this is something that we do all in third grade, and this is our rotations board. I do it for both math and reading. For math, I usually have 3 math groups. And what I have on my board, I have 3 different groups. I have my Capitals group, my Nationals group, and my Redskins group. I do pictures so that way the students can know which group they're in, and what I have below, this is where I put my student names usually, and I have laminated it. I have my own personal little laminator. Makes it easy to do quick things. And I just laminated it so that way I can write their names in dry erase. That way when the groups change, which they usually do by subject or content area, they're easy to erase and change. And then right here, I just have the guided schedule, the rotation schedule. So first, the students usually meet at the guided table. Afterwards, they do follow-up, and after follow-up, they usually go to Workstation. So this is just a visual for the students to have. And then I'll usually have little pictures here of each group of who is at which station. Purchased these little books at Michael's. The same thing, I laminated them. On the little side, I have which group they're in. For reading, I just do blue, green, red, yellow group. And then again, I put the students' names on here and make it easy to erase. And then right below, I have the same thing, similar to math, the rotation schedule for guided reading, follow-up work, independent reading, and workstations.
Roll.
Hi! So today I'm going to show you what I'm going to use for my math centers this year. When I do my math rotations, part of the rotations, our students come over and they play math games for review, and I picked up this game as an example. And last year I found that when they would come back here on the carpet, things would just go everywhere and I would lose a bunch of materials. So over the summer I found these card trays at Hobby Lobby, and it was for like $4.99, and I thought I could totally use these for something. So the students would come over and they would sit on the carpet and they would have all their materials. And so for this game specifically, it has dice, which I put in a little Tupperware so it's not that loud, a board game piece, and they have their cards. And so for this game specifically, they would just put their cards in one of the pockets, that way they're not spread all over the place. And as they take turns, they could just pick up the piece, they could solve the problem, the game board is right here, and then when they're done, they could just put it on the other side so they know what has been used and what they still can use. And then that way when it's time to clean up and switch, everything is right here in one spot. They collect all of their cards, put it back in, game board, and their dice. And then as the years go on and they use more manipulatives, they can just put it right on the pockets, everything's there. There's 2 sides for used, unused, or 2 sides for this is for player A and this is for player B. Pieces don't get lost, students aren't tripping over things, and it's just a nice, neat, and easy way to keep everything in one spot.
Thank you so much for watching this video.
please comment down below and don't forget to click the subscribe button. I also have a Teachers Pay Teacher store and a blog spot, so go check those out. I'll have all the links down below for you. Just click on show more. Till next time guys, bye!